السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أقدم لكم نفسي الأستاذ المساعد اسيل هاتف جسام، التدريسية في قسم اللغة الانكليزية، كلية الآداب، الجامعة المستنصرية. Today I'm going to present to you an introductory lecture mentioning definition of Gothic novel and its fundamental elements. It was towards the end of the 18th century that a subgenre of the novel appeared known as the Gothic novel. The word Gothic is derived from Goth, a term that was applied to various Germanic tribes who ransacked southern Europe during the Common Era. Because the Goths were credited with bringing about the fall of Rome and its classical culture, Renaissance and Enlightenment critics later applied the term Gothic negatively to mean medieval or that which was considered uncouth or barbaric. Medieval or Gothic architecture, for example, did not follow the classical ideals of simplicity, unity, and symmetry. Instead, soaring towards pointed vaults or arches and other wild elements prevailed in churches, castles, and monasteries. Likewise, the Gothic movement in literature as Romanticism, which was viewed as a reaction against Enlightenment and rationalism, rejected the rigidity and formality of some other literary forms and called for a return to the primitive. Appearing toward the end of the 18th century, the Gothic novels drew upon the conventions of the medieval or chivalric romances that told of knights battling with magic and monsters. Thus, Gothic fiction could be defined as a literary genre or mode of literature that described romantic adventures in mysterious and frightening settings. The elements of Gothic novel. The first element is the setting. Usually the setting in a castle. The castle is called as the main character of the Gothic novel, for it plays a key role. Usually the action takes place in and around an old or ruined, abandoned, occupied, or haunted castle. This sinister castle contains secret or underground passages, trapdoors, hidden staircases, dark corridors, trick panels, winding stairs. Number 2, bad omens or portents, nightmares, and ancestral curses. A character may have a disturbing dream vision which could be a portent of coming events. For example, if the statue of the lord of the manor falls over in a dream, the fall of the statue can be interpreted as a portent of the king's death. Number 3, an atmosphere of mystery and suspense. A work of art has to be pervaded by a threatening feeling. This fear may be enhanced by the feeling of unknown. This atmosphere is sometimes advanced when characters see only a glimpse of something. Was that a person rushing out of the window or only the wind blowing a curtain? Even the plot is often built around a mystery, such as unknown parentage. Only at the end of, for example, only at the end of a novel, we can see an idea of a hero being killed. Or sometimes a person sees a stain of blood, but there is no body, so he or she starts inquiring. Number 4, supernatural and dramatic events may occur, such as ghosts or giants walking, or objects coming to life. Boundaries and limits are challenged and crossed in Gothic fiction. The tensions between the scientific and the supernatural are often prominent. Number 5, an ancient prophecy. A prophecy is connected with the castle and its inhabitants. former or present, which is usually obscure and confusing. Number 6, high and intense emotions. The narration is highly sentimental and the characters are often overcome by anger, sorrow, surprise, and especially terror. Characters suffer from raw nerves and a feeling of impending doom. Crying, sobbing, or screaming are common, and emotional speeches are frequent. Breathlessness and panic are also common. Number 7, the heroine is in a distress and the separation of lovers. Women are either abandoned or left alone. An obstacle must arise and separate lovers. One of the lovers is forced to flee, banished, or sometimes disappears without explanation. A woman suffers from bewilderment and keeps wandering between two men. For example, consider Catherine's decision to marry Edgar Linton rather than Heathcliff for social position, stability, and wealth. Number 8, the protagonist or the hero was a threat. There must be a powerful, impulsive, and tyrannical male figure who threatens the heroine's stable life. Number 10, the use of Gothic vocabularies like diabolical, sinister, gigantic, apprehensive, dismal, etc. Number 10, the use of a dreamlike, wild, and extreme landscape. For example, the events may happen either on the moors, rugged mountains, or icy wastes, or in a thick forest. 11, specific reference to noon, midnight, and twilight, and finally the use of some traditionally magical numbers such as number 3, number 7, and number 13. Thank you very much, and I'm hopeful to meet you next lecture.